Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about cellular respiration. I'm Rima. I'm with Sam, Gab, and Yaz. Steps of cellular respiration: glycolysis, pyruvate oxidation, Krebs cycle, and electron transport chain. Okay. What is the mitochondrial's favorite pickup line? Are you glyco? Because I want to break you down.
Glycolysis is the first step, and it happens in the cytoplasm of a cell. It breaks one glucose, which has 6 carbons, into 2 pyruvates, which have 3 carbons each. It produces 2 ATP and 2 NADH. It is also anaerobic, which means it does not require oxygen. Glycolysis walks into a bar, and the bartender says, "Why so glum?" Glycolysis replies, "I just can't stop breaking down." Pyruvate oxidation occurs in the mitochondrial matrix. Each pyruvate turns into 1 acetyl-CoA, 1 CO2, and 1 NADH. It also prepares for Krebs cycle. What did one NADH molecule say to the other? I feel so charged up today.
Next is the citric acid cycle, or the Krebs cycle. It happens in the mitochondria of a cell, and it works by breaking down pyruvate. And when it produces 2 ATP, it produces 3 NADH, 1 FADH2, and 2 CO2 as well. And it's aerobic, which means it requires oxygen. What's the difference between a lazy cell and an active one? The lazy one doesn't give a Krebs. The electron transport chain is next. Happens in the inner mitochondrial membrane. NADH and FADH2 donate electrons, and the electrons produce ATP. And after the entire cellular respiration is done, about 34 ATP is produced. And oxygen is the final electron acceptor, and it forms water. Why did the electrons get kicked out of the club? Too much negative energy.
What if there's no oxygen? Anaerobic equals no oxygen. Glycolysis still happens, but only 2 ATP are produced. And pyruvate in animals is converted to lactic acid, and alcohol and CO2 in yeast. And this is much less efficient. And then it doesn't matter. In your eggs. Seems like a good idea at first, but you'll regret it when the lactic acid builds up. She's going to eat that up. Okay. In summary, for the summary, in glycolysis, glucose splits into 2 pyruvates and 2 ATP is produced. For pyruvate oxidation, pyruvates split into 1 acetyl-CoA, 1 CO2, and 1 NADH, and no ATP is produced. In the Krebs cycle, acetyl-CoA is broken down. 2 ATP, 6 NADH, and 2 FADH are produced. And then in the electron transport chain, NADH, FADH2 donates electrons, and 34 ATP is produced in the ideal conditions. And then is this in total? What's produced? Okay. And in total, 38 ATP is produced. Okay. Have a lot in common. We both break down under pressure, but still manage to produce results. See, she's going to eat that up because of this whole